What up, though? It's Rasta White. This would be my first video. I actually just decided that I might as well go ahead and start doing my own personal podcast. If y'all watch me and Terrence, my brother over there with the Awaken Your Best podcast, we pretty much talk about all type of random topics that me and him both relate on. But here will be more personalized, more my personal experience and things that I've been through. So let's get into it. This podcast today will be about finding your purpose. Now, I'm 26 right now, and I would say I'm definitely now just getting to that point to where I understand my purpose and I know what my purpose is. Why? I'll be sharing 3 tips with y'all how I got to this point. But what is my purpose? This right here, for example, is part of my purpose. I want to help other people figure things out that I struggled to figure out. You feel me? Like purpose is something that a lot of us is lost on. A lot of us constantly ask ourselves, who am I? What am I meant to do? Who am I meant to be? Right? So things like that is what everyone pretty much trying to figure out in their 20s. That's why everybody want to be a billionaire by 30, right? We expect by the time we hit 30, we should have everything figured out. But in most cases, that is not true. Even at 26, I'm still working out kinks, but I have an obsession to figure these things out. So let's get into it. The first step to finding your purpose is you got to find your passion. Yes, those things are linked together, purpose and passion. But what I mean by passion is, what do you love to do? What do you like to do? Not just love, not just like, but like what, when you wake up in the morning, if you had all of the money in the world, just think about this. If you had all the money in the world when you wake up, what is the first thing you would do? You don't have no responsibilities. You don't have no obligations. All you have is the freedom to do whatever you want to do. What is the first thing you would do? I tell you the first thing I would do right now in this very moment is create a YouTube video helping other people. That'd be the first thing I do. Today I didn't because I'm a college student right now. I have other obligations, but I haven't started on my homework yet because I love doing this so much that I say, you know what? Today I'm going to just do this. I'm not going to let the schoolwork and things like that stress me out and deter me from the things that I love doing. I'm learning to prioritize what I love doing first. You can always work later on throughout the day. You can always handle your obligations later on throughout the day. But I'm learning true happiness and true fulfillment is doing the thing that you love and prioritizing that one thing, right? So figure out your passion, okay? What do you like doing? I like to create things, not just videos, but if anyone know me, I create music. If you know who I am already, you know music is a big part of my background. It's something I always loved. It's something I always did. Now, what blew me was this. I'm not passionate about just creating music. It's bigger than that. My passion is to create things, period, to help people. So, what does that mean? Your passion isn't always so small and specific. Your passion can just be your person that's just creative and you love to create things, period. Meaning, if I don't make another song for the rest of my life, I will be okay because it is an abundant world. I believe it's so abundant to where all I gotta do is create something else like this. I get the same feeling from creating this that I get from creating a song that helps people. As long as my content and the things I create helps people, I'm happy. So that's step one. Find your passion. Now, step two is explore. What do I mean by explore? We live in a world where it's easy to get caught up doing so many things that you don't want to do, that you never make the time to do things that you truly want to do. What I mean by want, things that are linked to your desire. For example, I got out the military. That's something that it was a hard decision to make. I was in the Navy for 5 years. I got out because there were things I wanted to explore, entrepreneurial things I wanted to explore, real estate, make more music, things like that, so I can have full control and flexibility to do those things. Since I've been out for just now 3 years, I've done so many things that I'm learning to narrow down my focus. That would be the next step. But before we get to that, let's stay here. I figured out that you have to boldly explore and do things and touch things. It's kind of like dating, right? Before you get married to whatever, I'm married now. So before you get married, you have to date people. You don't have to, but it will probably behoove you to date people beforehand so you can understand what you like, what you don't like. Boom, boom, boom. So when you do settle and you find that right person, you know you are good. You're comfortable with the decision you made because you know what's out there. You know you explored and you like, yeah, nah. You feel me? So you stay in that mindset of I know I made the right decision and I know I'm doing what's best for me. So that's the second step. You gotta explore boldly. What I mean by boldly, let's go a little more. Like boldly mean don't be scared to walk away from things to go to something else. Don't be afraid to I'm interested in YouTube. I'm also interested in baking. I'm also interested in, you know, becoming a gamer. Whatever that is, explore it. Practice recording it. Do it. Touch it. Put some time into it. Put some money into it. Invest in it. Go, go, go. You might realize, okay, this ain't really what I want to do exactly, but it gives you that peace of mind moving forward. Not to go too far off a tangent about it, but it gives you that peace of mind knowing that I at least touched it. I at least did it. So get out there and explore. And that leads me to the third and final tip, which is narrow down your focus. What do I mean by that? Okay, so a lot of people preach nowadays, I'm limitless, we don't have no limits, self limited beliefs. And I agree with that to a certain degree. Why? Because we are all human. And no matter how much belief you have in yourself, the one thing that is limited that we have not figured out yet as a human race is time. Your time is limited. What that means is you can have anything you want, I believe that, but you can't have everything you want. It's just not enough time to. You can't be a NBA player and be an NFL player and be a top motivational speaker in the world and be a have a super bodybuilder, perfect dream body, all of that stuff at once. I'm not saying you can't do all those things, but it will be one at a time. And by the time you master one or two of those things, you look up and be like, dang, I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So time is limited. If you look at all of the great people that are really great, they're usually great for doing one thing. Like, really think about it. Who are the great people? Michael Jordan, of course. Great at basketball, period. That's it. One thing that he did and achieved outlandish greatness. Went to baseball, not so much. But in basketball, we all know him for MJ, the greatest of all time, debatably. And we look at him up here, but he only did one thing. So why is it that if you notice too, listening to this, why is it that we think we need to be 100 different things when really you only need to be great at one thing, bro? Like you have one life. Yes, you are limitless. You can have anything you want, but that time is going to go by. So if you're doing too many things all the time, that's why I went from explore to narrow down because you have to eventually narrow down. If not, you're going to look up and you did all these things and life is going to tick by. I'm 26. Even the last 3 years, I'm so glad I had the opportunity to explore as much as I did. But I look back a little bit and be like, now that I'm narrowing down my focus, a lot of stuff is good to know. Like I got that peace of mind, but I got the peace of mind of knowing, like, hey, I'm narrowing down my focus. I touch that, touch that, touch that. I don't need to do that. But you got to figure that out sooner than later so you won't waste too much of your life. Narrow down your focus. There's a book I'm reading right now called The One Thing. It talks about that. It talks about how that's where I got that from. You can have anything you want in life, but you can't have everything you want in life. So I'm going to close on that. Y'all find y'all purpose. It drives people. I learned as well that without purpose, it's hard to keep going. If you don't have a concrete written down purpose, it's hard to push yourself through the rainy days, through the dark days. and you just be ready to give up. I've been there so many times. You be depressed because you don't have a purpose that's going to remind you why you are doing this. Okay? I'm not going to talk y'all ears off. I'm going to share this with y'all, though. The purpose I just discovered yesterday. And this will help you write out your purpose. My purpose is this: to help people live their greatest life possible through my teaching, speaking, and writing. This is a form of teaching right here, helping people. And if you're watching this and you're soaking up and you made it to this part of the video, then I'm sure this should help you in some way, shape, or form better your life. Okay? So I'm going to end y'all with that. Oh, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all of that good stuff. Share your opinion. If you disagree with anything I'm saying, you can share it below. I will gladly respond. We can talk about it. We can do all those good things. Like, comment, share with a friend who might need to hear this about purpose, because that's something our generation really struggles with nowadays. And peace out.